Welcome back, everybody, to ESL One Hamburg. We're here in Group B on Stream B, and you are tuning in for game number 2 of EVOS versus Aster. Aster continuing their undefeated run here so far in the group stage of the competition. It's my pleasure to welcome back Lacoste and Lyrical. Lyrical, unfortunately, you had EVOS in that previous game.
All right.
Didn't quite pan out.
All right. It's such bold predictions from you guys that Aster was going to beat EVOS.
Who could have possibly
amazing
foreseen?
analysis coming out from you guys. See, I turned it back around. That was my plan the whole time.
Okay.
I like how you took a bullet for the panel, like just so that we can have 2
I'm
against
sure
1.
they'll do it. To be fair, though, they didn't do what I thought they were going to do, which is kind of what actually made me think, all right, maybe they have a plan here. Was like, I thought they were going to bring Jakiro over, stack up Ancients a little bit more often for TA, like leave PL alone on his own devices when they rotated down and left Enigma alone, and then they would just park him in the lane. But they kept TA mid forever. Like, she stayed in that lane for a really long time against Dragon Knight, and then she took the Ancients really late also. I don't know. It seemed like that maybe that it didn't work the way that they had it planned out, or they had a different plan than what I thought they were going to do. It was weird.
Yeah, certainly did not work out for them. No. But, no, maybe we'll see. It's going to be a different draft. Game 2, presumably Aster. I don't know if we're going to be seeing the Drow Ranger strat again this game. Any other favorite heroes that you've seen Aster play so far this event that you'd really like them to kind of bring back?
I want to see Baboka on the Firebird. Definitely one of the hottest picks right now, I would dare to say. Even though I don't have a... You checked my win rate with Phoenix, but that was before he had a GPM talent, so
all right.
it's really bad. I feel like this hero brings so much to the table, and you can do some flashy stuff. We saw yesterday him playing Phoenix with the Meteor Hammer, with the extra dive range where you just go in, use the Meteor Hammer, drop it on their head. He actually used it on 2 heroes from Fog, which is pretty insane.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Like
He's a pretty good player. Yeah, there's some pretty good players on that Aster team.
No, I think for me, it's I wouldn't mind seeing the D-Stones Invoker again, just because it's, I don't know, it's fun. It's like it's become a meme, I think, in a way, which is pretty, impressive, since this is really their first tournament that they're playing at a LAN as a team and as that player. So I'm curious to see if they, go back to that. Besides that, I think that everything is pretty much the same. Maybe a Sylar Lycan. That's something that I've been hoping they'll pull out. I think that hero is probably underpicked right now since nobody is picking it. But it's played all over the place in like high MMR pubs and stuff like that. I think that Lycan's pretty good still.
If they wanted to bring a meme Invoker player, why didn't they just bring Sumia?
What's Sumia?
What?
You don't know who Sumia is?
I don't know who Sumia is. Am I about to get flamed?
Well, I'm guessing you're going to leave the panel in a couple of minutes. Don't know who Sumia is.
Who's Sumia?
Man,
Sumail? Is that what you...
No.
Okay. No, a little off.
He only plays Invoker, I think. I don't know if he plays other heroes when Invoker is banned out, but the guy has like 8K plus games on Invoker, I think.
Jeez.
Yeah. There's plenty of highlight reels on YouTube.
Okay. I'll go do that while I'm... maybe I should watch the game. Maybe not. I don't know.
Maybe. Depends. If you're cheering for EVOS, might be a bit tough to watch.
Well, I mean, you never know. They could come out with something funky in the draft.
They took a game off Complexity, and Complexity took a game off of... Oh, no, wait. I'm thinking of the wrong group. Oh, no.
Let me help you out.
Who did EVOS take a game off of?
EVOS, they beat...
Go up a little.
I'll do it manually.
What a guy. Unbelievable. They took a game off Cole. No, you're right.
Okay, nice.
And Cole took a game off Forward.
Okay.
And Cole also...
lost 20 minutes against Virtus Pro, and Solo got a rampage.
Wait a minute.
That's his second rampage. He got 1 rampage with the Warlock before. They let him get the last hit. Got an ultra kill, and they just didn't want to attack.
That's great. You got to give a little love to your captain, right?
He played position 5 axe, so it's
okay.
easier to get.
So
it's catching on. The position 5 axe contagion is spreading.
Pick as greedy as possible.
It's a plague, honestly. The like position 5 greed. I want to know what, like, to me, the interesting thing that's going to watch for this tournament is what is the most greedy position 5 that we're going to see. Is it the Tiny?
Can we blame all of this on Jackie Mao?
Yes.
Is this Jackie Mao's fault?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm glad we can. Envy, if you're out there listening, you got to stop. It needs to stop.
It's meta-defining. This guy's a genius. What more could you want? Honestly, you got the axe come out. Everybody else starts taking it. They see the virtue of it, and I mean,
I remember his stream. He played Faceless Void, position 5.
That's what we're waiting for now? That's going to be the next one.
That's more greedy. This could be the most greedy pick ever. Like Faceless Void 5. He uses Chrono to deward and get safely back.
As a support, you just time dilate them. You know, that's what you do. You walk up in time dilation.
What about Slasher's Way? That's the.
Oh yeah.
Can you remember that?
Yeah. Pop some flasks, some mech. I don't know if he had a mech. Just heal them up.
You know what would be a fun one? And I've actually been like sort of thinking about this in my head as a potential support pick. You look like you're excited about it.
All right, lay it on me, Gabe. I've braced myself. I'm ready.
Bloodseeker in a support role.
I'm down with this one, actually.
I played the Bloodseeker as 4 when his thirst was overpowered.
Yeah.
You fight for runes, you get a stout shield, 3 tangos, orb of venom, and you just hit people.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking
you're getting a first blood.
Maxing out Blood Rage and Blood Right. No points in thirst. So you have
that sounds pretty garbage.
See, what are you talking about?
When I was thinking about it, I was thinking about it when Venge was still good and maybe playable as core. So you have position 4 Bloodseeker, and then position 3 or position 1 Venge, and then you just rupture swap people all day, baby. That's the strat. Also, your Venge can like buy boots first because you're just going to Blood Rage her, so she doesn't need to buy regen.
See, my thought with the Bloodseeker, though, is that you don't necessarily have to buy regen if you're a core then. You can just come in with straight stats because you're going to get natural regen off of last hitting, and you get higher base damage for last hitting also. So it's kind of like, you know,
what about
something
the harassment in the lane?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
It's fine. It's not important. It's not important.
And game is ready.
And with that, we don't need to talk about position 5 Bloodseeker any longer. We have a draft to look at, so we can head into that in just a second.
My goodness. They've picked Bloodseeker, position 5. Oh, no, they didn't. No. Sorry. My bad.
Disappointing.
That's a Phoenix.
That's kind of like a Bloodseeker.
It's true.
If you really think about it.
You got to think really
Don't
hard.
ask me to explain, though.
We don't see any Wisp. Like, Wisp is pretty much banned out every single game, first phase. Hero's still strong, even though they nerfed his ulti too much, so you can't save people anymore unless you time it perfectly. Just
you can't full stop, right? Because you can't tether while the relocate channel is happening. So unless you're already tethered to them.
So that just sounds
like not
so
possible.
bad.
Yeah.
You can like tether and then double tap relocate as you're going in with it. That's something you can do.
Okay.
But that's also like
still very susceptible to getting interrupted.
And like, you know, global silence now, that's the other thing. So like if you pick a silencer against a Wisp, it's one of the nice counters to it because you can like anywhere if you're trying to relocate for a gank.
You can see it on the minimap. Yeah, you can hear it. So you just press R as soon as the little wind up happens.
No, that's it. Like, you're not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Don't even try. Okay, this time around, we're going to see something different. We wondered about the Drow Ranger. That's going to be banned. And we've also got the Shaker and the Phoenix. So that was the same as the last game, I believe. Aster, still plenty of good heroes left in the pool. This time around, they're going to have second pick, so they've got last pick. But they will once again be on the Dire side.
Did they take out the Ogre this time themselves? This is what they did before. But that would also leave open like Necro if they wanted to run it. I think you maybe just take Ogre here if you're Aster, and you can still play an up-tempo game.
Ban Ogre? Or
No.
Take it yourselves?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, they banned the Enigma, okay.
Enigma was causing a lot of mental damage to them. They would have finished that game 15 minutes ago, probably.
Yeah, if not for the threat of the Enigma.
Yeah.
I think also it's probably that Sylar doesn't want to play against it. Like, they really focus on the carry position a lot, this team, in terms of having Sylar still be that true hard one position that wins them the game. And I think playing against the denies from the Enigma is super annoying. He had like 5 CS at 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, it just cripples your lane way too much. Forced to go to jungle and give the lane to Baboka. Baboka can still farm with the Wind Ranger.
So is it Bane Mirana, or do they take Ogre Mirana, or do they go... I kind of like Ogre Mirana as a combo here.
I think they might pick the D-Stones Invoker pretty early here, with the Necrophos already taken.
Okay.
I see a lot of players liking to play the Invoker against the Necro. You buy Vessel early, EMP destroys him, Tornado gets rid of the Ghost Shroud. It's pretty hard for the Necro. And Aster just seemed to love the D-Stones Invoker. So maybe you'll get your wish, Gabe.
Yeah, that's one I wanted to see earlier. They're taking a while, though. A little surprised by that. Maybe they thought that EVOS valued the Ogre higher since they let it through.
Yeah, I guess they're just deciding exactly what the plan's going to be. Take the Nyx Assassin for themselves. So certainly decent against the Necrophos, but the concern is always that this hero's laning stage is a little bit weird. In some way. I don't think it's weak, but it's just you got to have the right complementary heroes to make it work.
Yeah, you need some kind of a slow / stun so you can stun after. These stuns are so hard to land. It seems pretty impossible. Maybe that's the reason why I don't play Nyx Assassin anymore, even though the hero is super fun. One of the weirdest looking spells in Dota. It feels like it's gonna hit, but it's not. It's so short.
No.
It's not good.
Unless there's a Nyx Assassin playing against you, then it feels like it's 1,000 range stun.
He's already got the Ags, he's already got the Aether Lens. It's catching you across the entire screen. And Aster going for the early Pugna. It got banned out in the previous game. Lacoste, you've been calling this out as the Necrophos counter.
I don't even mention it. It's just that good. Even though after Necro gets Hood, it mitigates a ton of the damage from Pugna. But before that, Pugna just destroys Necro. Yeah. And I love the power spikes of Pugna. Once he hits level 6, his kill potential multiplies by 3.74. If I did my math correctly, and I certainly did, since I'm not from NA.
Sorry, what did you say? I blacked out when you started talking.
As soon as he started saying numbers, Gabe just, his eyes glossed over.
I saw this Nature's Prophet, and I started to get excited, guys. This is a hero that is going to make a lot of stuff happen. And as much as we can love the little green man, they got 2 of them on EVO's side, and I think they're going to put the pressure on, try and win the lanes hard, start taking towers.
I like this. It's more proactive than what was happening in the previous game. So, and, they could still put even more cheesy push into this lineup if they really wanted to. I don't know if there is any incentive at all to pick Jakiro at this point, however. And it is a little bit scary picking the Nature's Prophet into the Nyx Assassin, right? Like, that hero is not going to be able to split push very much versus Nyx, but that might not even be what EVOS are going for with the Prophet, right? They just want those early tier 1 towers.
Yeah, but at any point, Nyx Assassin just cripples Nature's Prophet ability to split push. You just follow him. TP on the tower where enemy creeps are pushing and just kill him. So, Nyx Assassin, okay, so Invoker's banned out. I just wanted to suggest the Nyx Invoker combo. Legion Commander has to go.
I think that it's fine, though, because if you get ahead far enough with the Nature's Prophet, like, then you can start doing some 5-man stuff. You could play it more like the drums build for Nature's Prophet, where you fight a little bit more with your team. But that is also predicated upon EVOS getting ahead in the laning phase, which is kind of a tough thing to make happen.
Yeah. Still have some more picks to try and shore that up a little bit more, though, of course, going to be difficult against a team like Aster, since they do have pretty high caliber players. And they're just avoiding getting cheesed here. They ban out the Huskar. Going to be getting rid of the Brewmaster as well, kind of along that 5-man
So they might be going
plan.
for a Terrorblade right now. He's still in the pool. Even though Terrorblade into Necro always feels a bit bad.
He is good against the Nature's Prophet, though, right? Super high armor, doesn't really care about the Treants in lane, doesn't really care about the Nature's Prophet auto attacks as much.
10 seconds remaining.
I wouldn't mind them switching it up, though, and even doing like a Necro off lane if they pick TB here then, and you can like run that together with something else that gets some pressure on early.
Yeah, maybe a Dark Willow or something. Dark Willow is pretty decent against Pugna. He just doesn't really have any way to get away from you.
Second phase Ogre.
They never pick us. This hero is just way too good not to have it. I can't believe that hero survived the second phase. Yeah.
I'm sure Sylar is really happy to have it on his side as well. Carry players always dig the Bloodlust, I'm sure.
So. Well, and this shores up their lanes even further. This is This is what they needed. I think maybe you could have gotten away with not banning the Legion Commander. I think that probably the Invoker you definitely needed to, but like you could afford to give up a Legion Commander second phase. Unless they go for like a PL or something here and they again want to sort of put all of their hopes and dreams on that hero.
Did you watch the previous game or were you sleeping?
Hey man, you know.
Give XXS Legion Commander. This hero is going to get banned out throughout the tournament against him.
I love the bench.
I think Gabe is just blocking that game out of his memory.
What game are you guys talking about?
He's repressed it.
What are you talking about,
This
man?
is game 1, right, guys?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Just knock that little blip out of the Team Aster side.
10 seconds.
So Venge, I like this.
No, I mean Venge is so nerfed, it doesn't feel like a hero anymore.
Yeah. This is, I mean, it's more push, but
I want to see this core Venge, and I think that would make me happy.
I mean,
Venge
her wave of
Bloodseeker?
terror, 6 seconds more on level 1, what it was before. Also the magic missile projectile, speed so you can dodge it. Even if she throws it at you, you can position yourselves better because of the... There it is.
But this was one of the answers to the Terrorblade, was a core Venge with one other in the laning stage. And if you play it core, those nerfs matter a little bit less because you're still going to be getting a good amount of levels. So I think that, yes, it's a nerfed hero, but I don't think that necessarily means it's a terrible hero. And now they got a Broodmother too. So this allows them to like keep really high tempo gaming.
It's not a terrible hero, but there's a Terrorblade hero. So
yes.
Like this hero against Venge, you use Reflection, you get all the auras.
Yeah.
Just so good.
That's true.
Now Broodmother, 8th pick. They can still counter it. What do they have? Like
They have nothing right now to deal with the Brood.
they can run core ogre with double stout. I'm not kidding. The double stout shield, but they still have one more pick, so that pick is probably gonna be for Brood. Also, what they can do, you can place Pugna on mid. Pugna does well.
Pugna as well against Brood?
He does. He can't attack you because you have a Decrepify, so the spiders can't attack you. Yeah. Even though it's magical damage with the blast, spiders
you don't
have
even need to think
magical
about this,
damage
EVOS.
resistance.
You have to ban Kunkka, right?
Kunkka, yes. Kunkka gives them
that's the only
team
ban.
fight. That's a good call.
It's just like for a lot of teams, it's the go-to counter against Brood, and it's also so good against Necrophos. Like the Rum just makes Necro's life so hard because so much of his value is in the damage over time, and also the Scythe, and the Rum just completely denies that. I feel like it's a huge oversight if EVOS don't ban it.
They could take it themselves potentially too, though, and run it in the support role. I think that it's not terrible against Terrorblade.
So then what? It's so you still want this farming Venge?
Either farming Venge or farming Nature's Prophet.
Yeah,
like one or the other. I don't think that a support combo of Nature's Prophet Venge is going to get things done. I guess you have some more Roche taking potential with the Venge Brood stuff, but maybe they level 1 Roche.
It's so bad now.
It's true.
It's really difficult, and it doesn't give you nearly enough. It's just, I don't think it's going to be a thing. But
they might go for it. Like, they have a range. They have
Nature's Prophet. Yeah, they got the trance.
Like,
they got some heals from the Necro.
All right, let's be honest with our viewers for a second.
Okay.
EVOS are way worse than Aster.
Oh.
Like, they need something to put them over the top. Level 1 Roche might be that thing that catches Aster off guard. To be honest, most teams here are looking a lot worse than Aster. Aster are playing out of their minds.
Yeah. I mean, even we saw that like Vici can bleed today.
Yeah.
But Aster are still trucking. So we'll have to see how they look by the end of the day. They dropped 1 game each to
EG.
I want to say EG and Secret. Yeah, those are the 2 teams that they played today, and they went 1-1 in both of those series.
Mineski and EG.
Okay. Interesting.
We have technology. We have internet connection on our PC, so we can check.
Nice.
Wow. And EVOS is still scratching their heads about this final pickup. If they don't take the Kunkka for themselves, I swear Aster are insta-locking that. And now Morphling. So it is Venge, Prophet, support duo.
Yeah.
This Morphling pick seems kind of greedy. I know people like it against the Terrorblade, but I'm not so sure.
It's a budget Terrorblade. You don't have the ulti, but still
Budget
works
blade.
well.
Budget blade.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I like the Kunkka here.
5 seconds.
I think it's an easy Kunkka pick.
What else would be there that could be problematic?
It controls Morphling.
It slays Broodmother. I think it's amazing. It's even like a counter to the swap as well.
They could get a Monkey King maybe, but it is Kunkka.
Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding.
It makes most sense. Like when you pick a Broodmother, you want to ban out Kunkka because that hero just kind of destroys the Brood Mama. I've seen Monkey Kings also doing really well, but they want to have something with more control, and picking Monkey King Terrorblade would kind of be a bit too greedy. But
The only other thing maybe could have been if they were like baiting out the Kunkka and then they were going to put the Broodmother in the side lane and they had a hero that they felt was really going to give the Kunkka hell on mid lane. But we've even seen it happen in a game yesterday, right? Even if Kunkka gets completely trashed in his lane, he can still have a huge impact on the game.
I think that the one thing that would make me feel good about EVOS' draft here is if they stick the Morphling mid against Kunkka and then put Broodmother off lane against the Terrorblade. And if they do that, then I feel a little bit better about it, but I'm still taking Aster here.
Okay, all right. Can we panel curse them here? That is the only question.
That's a good point.
Gabe's got Aster. The cost, who you got?
I'm going Aster, whether
Team
you believe
Aster,
it or
okay,
not.
we got a third for Team Aster here as well. But before we can get into the game, there's just the short matter to sort out of who's going to be that MVP. All right, welcome back, guys. ESL One Hamburg Group B, game number 2, EVOS versus Team Aster. We've done all that we can. We've tried to panel curse them, and now we're just going to have to see what EVOS can do. Gabe was saying he wanted to see the Morphling mid. Do you think that's the right kind of adjustment that EVOS could make here to kind of make the lineup look a little bit better?
Nah, they're still going to put Brood on mid. Let me just check. Yes, that's correct.
All right.
I mean, Morphling mid is not that good against the Kunkka because he gets harassed a lot, can easily die. But I've seen Morphling also destroying a couple of matchups that he shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
It's also skill-based, depending on the player's skill.
Yeah, so we do have that initial web planted down now. All right, another pause. Lots of pauses today. That's kind of pushing out the schedule a little bit, but see what ends up happening. We got Nature's Prophet with an early Blightstone picked up, so lots of harassment from the Treants and the hero itself. I mean, 59 base damage is pretty darn good for a ranged hero at level 1. But it looks like we're not going to be seeing any sneaky level 1 Roshan or anything like that. But Boca is ready to rock and roll in this lane. He's got triple mango and a stout shield, and we are going to be having the XXS Pugna down here as well. So
Next Assassin, 6.9 HP regen per second. I love what Ice Frog is doing. Like, let's just throw him some random number. Yeah. Region Ogre, 8 armor.
Slark, not good. Give him some HP regen. Maybe if we just give him even more HP regen. What if Slark had 10 base HP regen?
I think that would be a little not balanced.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
No.
All right.
No biggie.
I won't message Ice Frog. I won't tell him to get the Slark regen buffed up. But we do have some exciting D-Stones Kunkka this game. Looking forward to seeing how that works out for him. We've seen some pretty good Kunkka performances so far in this event. I'm mostly thinking about the CCNC Kunkka, which I think actually looked pretty good. I mean, he got crushed in lane, but then ran around, landed every combo pretty much perfectly, and did very, very well in that game for EG.
If you can't land a combo in 2018, you shouldn't be playing this hero.
Okay. That is fair.
Unless someone interrupts it with a stun, with any kind of a disable.
Or a silence, or a Yule Scepter. Okay.
You can miss 1 or 2 out of 100. That's
okay.
1. Let's just stick to 1.
1%.
That's acceptable if you want to play pro, though.
Yeah, and you know, maybe it's just because Monkey King ulted right as you were supposed to pull back your X marks the spot, or
Terrorblade used lag.
Terrorblade pressed. Monkey King has lag. Terrorblade has lag. Apparently, that one with Phantom Lancer and the Roche Pit is still happening occasionally as well, where got a stun on this Morphling. He's going to start morphing up some strength, but Aster going to be more than happy to take that harassment early on here. All right, nice. Yeah, morph back to Agi. Get that regen value. But
do you think it's balanced that he gets
free HP? No. I don't think it is. I think it's really silly, especially that it doesn't cost mana. Oh, Aster's trying to contest this. The Treant's doing some decent damage, but Baboka grabs it. EVOS grabbing the top 2 bounty runes, so just going to be 2 and 2. Baboka taking quite a lot of harassment, but like you were talking about before, has tons of HP regen, so he's going to be just fine.
I still think this attribute shift should cost at least 2 mana. 5
per
mana.
Second.
Yeah. 5 per charge, I don't know.
Per tick, however
per tick,
it works.
1 per tick.
Just so if you're completely you can't. Like, mana burn is still kind of a solution. Yeah, I think that's fair. Even if there was just an initial cost to turn it on.
Yeah, just 5 mana to turn it on.
Yeah.
If you're turning it back into Agi, 5 mana.
Yeah. No, I can get behind that. Nice little stun here coming in. Nature's Prophet trying to put in plenty of damage, but he's taking a lot back as well. iLogic trying to drive him back with the auto attacks, but just lots of damage being traded here over at bottom. Top lane looks like they're trying to prevent the Ogre from getting back into the lane. Oh, is that Bloodlust level 1?
Bloodlusted Ogre level 1. Look at him.
All right, he's going. Yeah, I mean, why am I even forced to put down the GG branch and then munch on it just to make sure that he's okay?
Also, it was Bloodlusted Terrorblade level 1.
Yeah. Yeah, with the Metamorphosis doing pretty nicely in terms of CS. Very difficult for the Necrophos to come into the lane. We saw Necrophos getting completely destroyed by TB a little bit earlier today, though I don't know if that was necessarily the most indicative matchup. You know, that Earth Spirit wasn't really doing a whole lot to help out. So I would imagine that Necro are going to do all right here, but so far D-Stone's doing fantastically on the mid lane. Is there anything that the Broodmother is going to do differently here playing against the Kunkka, or are you still just going to get the Spiders build and just kind of do your usual thing?
She still needs to get the Spiders, start skipping the wave, and farming jungle at the same time. Kunkka still free farms the lane, and that's it. Is not threatened by Spiders at all. Also, once he hits level 6, he can score a kill on Broodmother because he has an upper hand. He plays better at early levels, which means he's going to deny a lot of XP from a Broodmother, so she's not going to be level 6 once he hits it.
Yeah, D-Stones is really owning the Brood here. Like, he's got 12 and 13 and 7 now to the Broodmother's 5 and 1, and I don't think that's even with any Spiders just yet. Maybe 1 or 2, but I don't think Facehugger has even summoned up that many. And a little mana burn here on the Nature's Prophet, not a huge deal. But this support Prophet struggling a little bit against the Nyx Assassin with his stout Ring of Protection and all of his mangoes. He doesn't actually fear the Nature's Prophet all that much.
Yeah, Baboka did that before, just buying a casual Ring of Protection in the side shop just to mitigate some of the physical damage, especially since Nature's Prophet has a Blightstone, and he can turn it to earn later on.
Yeah, certainly a nice item to have. And Prophet just going to be looking for a super early medallion here, it looks like. He comes TPing into bottom lane and immediately gets mana burned up. Oh, it's not his Sage's Mask, it's the Morphlings. Never mind.
Fake hype about Sage's Mask.
It's not grayed out because it is a shareable item. So, yeah. Anyway, Ghost Shroud already being popped. Fenrir still chasing. They don't have any more lockdowns, so Necrophos going to be okay, but pretty low on HP and mana up here, and Aster currently winning all 3 lanes by the CS chart. So not looking great for EVOS thus far. Where do things change? Are they just waiting for some more levels in the Nature's Prophet? Maybe he TPs up to top lane or something. See something maybe Pain-esque, you know, from their series earlier.
Well, mid lane is not gonna be low, so he can't make a rotation there. If he needs the TP, it's probably gonna be a top lane. I've seen Morphlings going for a different kind of a build nowadays, just skipping the waveform and going for adaptive strike and attribute shift. You still get 1 point in waveform, let's say level 6.
Yeah, we often see it's like shift, adaptive, shift, and then waveform. But people not really getting the wave too much early on. You're of the opinion that level 1 wave is going to get nerfed, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
like, it's the same thing that happened to Phantom Lancer's Spirit Lance, because people don't pick it more than level 1. Because the range is the same.
They've already lost the Nyx Assassin elsewhere. Oh, turns around for the stun. Can they actually finish Fenrir? They will dive the tower with the Venge. Necro's still alive for now, and he actually gets off another heal. Looks like he might be okay. Terrorblade's got some stick charges, so I don't think he's in too much danger, but EVOS do get on the board there. Now, XXS actually in a little bit of trouble. iLogic chases him down, and will also be able to steal that bounty rune away from him. So that is 3 bounty runes for EVOS.
Yeah, that's almost 500 gold for that move. Waveform kicking in.
Yeah. Yeah, Morphling actually surprising amount of nuke damage in the early stages of the game if you have the point in adaptive and you've got the point in the waveform. Very, very nice to have. So, all right, Morphling looking okay. Climbing back up on the CS chart a little bit. And Broodmother also closing the gap on the Kunkka somewhat, though. This does seem like he's mostly just jungling for now, kind of leaving the lane to D-Stones to do whatever he wants. And he's already level 7. This Broodmother's level 5. Oh, boy. This is a total free farm Kunkka. Oh, iLogic? Right. Wasn't quite sure how much damage that blast was going to do. But do you feel like, is the laning stage this game going better than the laning stage the last game for EVOS?
Yeah, definitely. Broodmother is losing a mid lane, which is expected, but other lanes are going fine. Like Morphling, 25, CS, same goes for Necro. That's what Pagna has. Terrorblade is kind of a winner out of these 4, but way better than what they did in game number 1. I think they had like 4 or 5k net worth advantage 7 or 8 minutes in the previous game. Terrorblade just kind of forced to go to jungle. Sylar is always fine with that. They're just gonna leave the green skeleton alone on bottom and have Nyx Assassin farming the top lane.
Yeah, Aster really do seem to like putting Baboka in a lane and giving him some farm. Seems to be a pretty standard play for the team. Ooh, D-Stone's coming in here looking for Facehugger. If he gets the X marks the spot off, that should be a kill. There comes the X. Nice little combination, and one more auto attack's gonna do it. D-Stone's finding the solo kill, and no TP rotation or any kind of response whatsoever from EVOS. Venge did have a TP scroll available, and now they're also gonna end up losing the Nature's Prophet down bottom. Just a solo kill for XXS. These solo kills are really... I don't know that they shouldn't be happening, but the fact that nothing is happening for EVOS in the map on the meantime is a little bit worrying.
Yeah, that's before Pagna hit level 6. If he is 6, then it's acceptable to die. Before that, it's really not.
Oh, so it looks like Sylar has just found his new home over here in this little tri-camp area. He's going to be there for a little while. Broodmother is doing her best to kind of farm up over in the jungle, but there are some wards keeping eyes on her, and Fenrir only level 3 on this Ogre. Chasing away the Venge, doesn't really have any backup in the neighborhood. He's just asserting his dominance up here, and Necro needing to be a little bit careful. Actually dropping pretty low. Harassment from Boca, but he still got the heals. He'll be fine. And now they're looking towards this kill. He's already used the spiked Carapace, so this is just going to be a nice, easy one. And that's picked up by the Nature's Prophet. They got the Blightstone and the Treants up here as well. Looking like they might be able to grab this tier 1 tower, though D-Stones might have something to say about that. Maybe he'll go rotating up there. For now, he seems happy to just keep chasing the Broodmother around inside of the jungle.
A good rotation from EVOS, though. They're gonna secure the tier 1 tower with that rotation, and both Venge and Nature's Prophet can farm a jungle a little bit, maybe summon some trees so Venge can farm and be active with Nature's Prophet.
XXS gets the solo kill onto the Morphling, using that Drain Life, and now they've got the TP from the Prophet, but no level 6 or anything just yet, so no Wrath of Nature, and XXS just going to be fine to bottle back up.
He could find this kill. Does he want to commit? Drain ready in 2 seconds.
Yeah, this Prophet's got to be real careful.
He has a raindrop.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Running forward. There's the Drain. Goes for the Sprout. Can he outrange it? Yes, he can. Just enough. Stick Charge is helping him out immensely there.
Fenrir. Drop the ward. Sees Nature's Prophet.
He still wants it. It's sprouted up. Not enough points in the Ignite. He's not going to be ticking out. Terrorblade's down here now. iLogic does have the waveform to get a little bit further away. He's just trying to stand here and manfight, but he's already morphed pretty heavily into strength, so he's not actually doing any damage. He's trying to morph back now to finish this Fenrir kill. They've also got the Necrophos in the area. Goes for the sights, but it's not going to be enough damage to kill Sylar, who's now got the Sunder. Turns it back around. There will be a little bit more life for the Necrophos as he pops the Ghost Shroud, but he's still going to get worked down, and Sylar finding a very timely opportunity to come rotating down here to bottom.
Yeah,
setting up a couple of
Sylar
nice kills.
was saving a point. No points have been put into Sunder. Then he just gets it after Necro uses ulti.
Facehugger's juking for dear life. Alright, just stays on top of the trees, so he'll be able to avoid D-Stones that way, but it's still a very sad Broodmama. He's level 7, his camps are getting scouted, D-Stones is running at him non-stop, and not really getting any help from the supports either with this Kunkka running at him. So what do EVOS do now? Do they have to try and go for another tier 1 tower? Do they just have to sit back and farm a little bit? Like, what plays are even available to them? Are they just waiting for the next Reaper Scythe and trying to make something out of that?
Without the Reaper Scythe, I don't think they can score a kill. Nature's Prophet is level 6, earn online, no charges yet. This Broodmother will need a lot more time to recover. Same goes for Morphling, so it means that both of them are gonna jungle.
Alright. Kunkka wasn't even really trying for the combo there. It just seemed like he was threatening the Vengeful Spirit a little bit.
You just wanted to say something salty because of my combo messed with Kunkka in 2018, right? Just admit it.
Yeah, exactly. You got me, Lacoste. You know me too well. Well, XXS is over here on the Pugna just blasting down buildings. It's we thought though with the Nature's Prophet it was going to be EVOS taking these early towers, but the Pugna and the Terrorblade just as good. Taking out 2 tier 1s so far. EVOS going for a smoke. They do have that Reaper Scythe back off cooldown soon. The Broodmother can also get involved here. They're going to drop the Scythe down. D-Stone's not dead just yet. He does manage to get the boat out, but he's dead. And XXS, looking to finish this kill, will be able to get the Venge, but he's now being sprouted up. EVOS looking for a little bit more. XXS still on the run. That Decrepify very, very annoying. They are going to have the heal coming in as well from the Shrine. But Boca making the rotation. The Ghost Shroud gets popped, but that's just going to make this magical damage sting all that much more. Nature's Prophet looking like he doesn't have any way out of this one. And Sylar wants to come over and finish off the kill. He's not going to get it, though. XXS secures the triple. So poor old D-Stones did end up dying, but still very nice fight for Aster.
They got a Kunkka. No extra 15 seconds on his death because Broodmother was out of mana, and this Pugna, I love the build. Just Etherlands straight into Dagon.
Oh god.
Just bursts Necro, only has Cloak, also very good against the Morphling. The Morphling players usually love to be greedy, keeping their HP really low.
Gotta maximize that farm rate. Oh, Aster, this is a 12-minute tier 2. XXS is TPing away. He doesn't have any mana at the moment. Fenrir gonna get dragged in here. Sylar also getting sprouted up. iLogic is just gonna provide Sylar with the Sunder opportunity, but he's still pretty low, and he'll get finished off. D-Stones comes in, so ready to use the boat. He's got a haste, so it looks like he's gonna be okay, but Aster, not the best coordination there. Sylar wanted to commit for the tower, but XXS just wanting to TP out and go and get some mana. So in the end, they get punished.
Maybe they're underestimating EVOS a little bit. This team, only 4K net worth below Aster, so they're still doing a good job. Morphling with the Morbid Mask, this is the build I love to see. Usually you can just farm the jungle, farm the lane, always have full HP, it gives you 10 more damage. Nature's Prophet.
He's dead. Just who's gonna get it? Looks like it is gonna be D-Stones. But yeah, the Morphling's net worth is looking pretty good, and You know, one of the nice things about Morph these days, especially with the new ultimate, is that you can actually get pretty involved in some of these early fights, even if you don't have a huge number of items. Just having 2 full HP pools and a couple of level 4 abilities, both on your main hero and then the hero that you're morphing into, is pretty darn strong. So, for right now, EVOS still farming the map. They've managed to carve out a little bit of space for themselves. They still have this tier 1 tower up here at top. You get the stun over onto Fenrir, not the best target to go for. They're going to drop the Reaper Scythe. It's not going to get the bonus death duration, so only down for 15 seconds. But EVOS still continuing to find kills. Keeping this competitive, keeping it at that 4K net worth mark that you were talking about.
Yeah, next assassin is on the hunt, but he does not have a hero to play with if he's on a different side of the map. Pugna is the one. Is there a... Yeah, that's a full Dagon on Pugna, just needs to use the courier.
Linking up with the D-Stones here, gonna find the Nature's Prophet once again. Just your position 4, not a huge kill. There is a swap available for the Vengeful Spirit. They're going to get the swap back onto Baboka. He's got the Spiked Carapace, though. It looks like that might be enough to get him out of here. At projectile speed, Baboka able to keep on running. Gets up pretty far away, and now XXS is on the prowl, looking for Facehugger. Won't be able to find him. There is still the Necrophos split pushing top lane a little bit, and we are going to have some bounty runes popping up now, so I would imagine both teams going to go and prioritize that for a second. Actually, pretty late bounty rune pickups this time around. Yeah,
10 seconds. Also, Kanka a bit greedy. He can use the X mark the spot, climb the uphill, which is always dangerous. Just bail himself out of the trouble if needed. Broodmother finished her Diffusal Blade, so she could get a couple of solo kills. Maybe on Ogre, maybe on next Assassin, but it's pretty tough. I love what Baboka is doing. He's getting 4 points in Carapace, 2-2. I imagine he's just gonna max the mana burn after this.
Is this mostly about just being super annoying for the Necro, or?
Yeah, and the level 4 Carapace is so much better. It scales from 25 to 10, while stun duration, 14 seconds on all levels. A little bit more damage and more stun. But once he uses the combo, if Pugna follows up or Kanka, it's going to be more than enough.
D-Stones with the combo, and XXS also helping to follow it up with the Decrepify. It's going to be such a hard game for this Broodmother to play until she gets BKB. Like, not a whole lot that he can really do. And Aster are even looking for more. Sylar coming running over here to help out Fenrir a little bit. They do have the Necrophos in the area. He's opted for the Strength talent this game, as opposed to the 30 damage. So very much just all about, I guess, kind of being that frontliner for the team, being able to provide the vision, give them those opportunities. D-Stones with another X marks the spot at mid. Vengeful Spirit getting dragged back in. They got 4 heroes here, and that is just a totally free pickoff. iLogic has morphed himself over into the Terror Blade, so getting some damage going on this bottom tier 1 tower. Still taking them a little bit to bring it down. Baboka's going to come running forward. He's got this Vendetta. Morphlane needing to be careful. He's not that healthy. He's only got 650 HP. He does manage to morph back over. All right, jumps out, waveform over into the trees, and will be able to TP himself back to safety. Nice.
Yeah, 2 full HPs on hero. That just sounds so wrong. Even if they take that away, still think Morphling would be played. Broodmother, combo, connected.
Yeah. Oh, do they not have vision on him there? They do have the drain life from the Pugna, but looks like just didn't drag him out of the trees. Otherwise, he would have gotten zapped for sure. Facehugger popped the ultimate, but couldn't get any healing back off of it, so just gonna have to regen up off the webs. And Aster's still very insistent about holding all the space around the mid lane here. They didn't get the Brood, but they can get that Venge, and that's the Dagon getting put to use for XXS. Not gonna be leveling it up, it seems. Has queued up a Lincoln Sphere next. Kanka just going straight into BKB. No armlet or anything for him this game. Seems like Aster want to end this game pretty fast.
Yeah, D-Stones not taking any risk. Just casual drums into BKB. A lot of magical damage on their side, and he wants to survive. They're on a hunt. Do they have a sentry? Nope.
Yep. Oh. Spot the Nature's Prophet now. He's relatively tanky, but it's not going to help him against this Pugna. And XXS beyond godlike. 11-1 and 3. They picked the Pugna pretty early on into the draft, but it still just feels like it hasn't been really countered at all by what EVOS have. They took the Nyx Assassin themselves, so it really made picking the Pugna super easy.
Pugna has a weakness where if he doesn't do well in the laning stage, he has a hard time coming back. Seen it multiple times. He's on the run, trying to fight Morph. 2.6k HP. Can't touch him.
Yeah. But he did fantastically in the laning stage this time, so it wasn't any kind of a problem. And he's been one of the big forces behind them taking all of these early towers. The net worth lead still not reaching quite the heights that it did in the previous game. It's only about 8k right now, and EVO's still keeping it somewhat competitive. I worry about their supports as we head into a Facehugger in some trouble. Another combo coming through. Sylar going to pop the Metamorphosis, just lay in with the auto attacks. He tries to heal up a little bit. Boca running forward, still has the spiked Carapace ready. D-Stone should have another X marks the spot soon. He does, laying it out onto the Vengeful Spirit. And with the projectile speed, can't even get the stun off in time before he gets dragged back into the Torrent. Sylar picks up a double kill and then very quickly follows it up with the tier 2 tower. And they can keep the sustain going as well. They've got this X marks the spot. Boca gonna get healed back to full over at the fountain, and he has 5 Spirit Vessel charges at the moment.
This Necro and Morphling are not gonna have a good time. I also think Spirit Vessel is gonna get slightly nerfed in the next patch. It was so strong before, got a little bit nerfed. Still think there's some time, even though I love the hero. Urn has been my favorite item besides a Blink Dagger since Dota existed, and since Urn is in the game, he's gonna find a stun.
Oh,
actually
the stun
double stun.
Canceling both of those teams. I don't know if they know that the Morphling was there.
I think they know.
They do end up losing the Ogre elsewhere. Fenrir getting caught out by Facehugger over at the mid lane, so that Diffusal Blade coming in a little bit handy. Just ends up being a support for support trade across the map, which is not terrible for EVOS. They still desperately need this BKB on the Broodmother, though. She 100% needs that to be able to fight. And XXS, he's zooming around the map with these shiny new boots to travel. Even just blinking forward here onto the Vengeful Spirit. Can they do anything to save her? No. That's one more on the pile.
This could be some kind of a record as well. 12 kills, 21 minutes in.
Yeah, the Pugna is doing really, really well. Necro also just defensive items is going to be going for a BKB. So it seems like EVO's kind of going for at least a 2, maybe 3 BKB timing, which I guess that is going to help deal with the Pugna at the very least a little bit, but the Terrorblade feeling like he's not really being answered, and Sylar now just picking up a Lincoln Sphere. #1 on net worth, looking very, very big. Do you like the choice of the Lincoln Sphere here for him?
For Terrorblade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other thing...
He can get swapped, he can get Reaper sighted.
Yeah, I think the other thing that people have been talking about recently is that... Oh, he's going to get the extra spot now. If you have a Lincoln Sphere on Terrorblade and Morphling tries to morph one of your illusions, it doesn't actually work. Yeah. Because the targeting redirects and it just props the Lincoln Sphere. So... Yeah, it's a little bit of a weird interaction, but
that should get fixed.
Yes, 100%. Hopefully, we'll get fixed down the line. But I don't know. The poor Dota developers, when they decided that they were going to add Morphling's new ultimate,
small indie company.
Yeah, XXS. All right, finds the Nature's Prophet in the trees. Another easy kill for him. But yeah, the interactions with Morphling ulti are probably. I don't envy them.
It's pain in the ass to balance these things out.
For sure. But okay, EVOS seems to be resorting to just split pushing as much as they possibly can. Broodmother's holding down the mid lane. Morphling's riding bottom. They're trying to have the Nature's Prophet push out elsewhere. I would imagine that's a big reason why we see the Boots of Travel on the Pugna, right?
Yeah, also one interaction where Morphling turns into Ogre, gets a multicast on Fire Blast, because it's kind of connected to his Fire Blast, so he gets an ulti.
Oh, right. So even though he doesn't have the ultimate himself. Okay. Fenrir not going to be caught inside of the sprout, but Boca should be able to land a 2-man stun, and now they zap down the Morphling before he can even morph into anything. Nature's Prophet also in some trouble, going to try for the TP out. That's not going to work, but Boca and D-Stone's also there just to make sure that he can't make his escape. And Sylar, meanwhile, is just using illusions to push out the mid lane. It's 2-0. Aster now sitting at a 14k net worth lead and probably heading over to grab a tier 3 before too long. Facehugger is outside of the base. This is a pretty dangerous spot for him to be in. Fenrir's going to see him inside of the trees just for a second. XXS has a blink. He does have his BKB. Is it going to be enough to save his life? He tries to pop the BKB and turn around, but just couldn't do anything. So he's now also dead for 45 seconds, and Sylar knows what he wants. Doesn't even have the Metamorphosis for 30 seconds, but just runs up onto the high ground and takes a few pot shots.
Has Aegis, Manta Style, and Bloodlust. Look at this damage.
Yep, he doesn't even need to pop the meta to take this tier 3, and now they found their opportunity
nice swap.
Nice swap, but that's going to mean that Vengeful Spirit might lose her life. Instead, Aster just going to play the objective. Boca gets out another Spirit Vessel charge. This is so hard for the Necrophos to deal with. They will end up losing the Vengeful Spirit. XXS claims yet another kill. Sylar just seems completely uninterested in trying to find any of these. He's just going straight for the objectives. Run straight bottom. Keep on going. XXS a little bit low on mana, but Boca going to try for the stun. But just look at this. Look at these buildings melt. What can EVOS really do? Facehugger's trying to run in from the side. He's got his BKB back off cooldown. But they don't really have the initiation. With this Tricore and the 2 supports that they've chosen, the initiation is pretty much completely non-existent. So no way to jump in, no way to really do anything, and all they can do is...
Good way to jump out with the swap.
That's true. Yeah, we've seen that work. Is this just going to be Mega Creeps Lacoste?
Yeah, I mean, this game is over like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
They just don't want to risk anything, taking it slowly. This is the combo, 1%.
Okay. Still landed the boat off. Facehugger runs in, but he just gets sundered. He's going to get right-clicked down, even through the BKB. And with everything pops, nice little ground sprout, because he's going to catch D-Stones here. BKB wears out. He will be finished off. XXS able to hold on to his streak, adds a little bit more on top of it. Sylar still just playing the objective, and the GG now called. They wanted one last Reaper Scythe, as they will be able to kill off Baboka, but that is a triple kill for the Pugna, and that is going to wrap us up here for this series. Team Aster still undefeated, 6-0 over here in Group B.
Yeah, man, Team Aster looking hot. As we mentioned, undefeated. Their next game is going to be against, let me check. Call, yeah, so that should also probably be 2-0 for Aster, and man, they're looking good. I gotta give credit to EVOS. They are a team who replaced TNC, and probably they didn't prepare to be here, but they're doing a good job. The good competition, it's a good practice for them, some big LAN tournament experience.
Yeah, I think that they looked all right in this series, but like we've been saying the whole time, Aster just seemed like
huge gap.
There's a huge gap. Aster are just on another level. They're being coached by Burning. They've got everything on their side really, and EVOS putting in a good effort. I think they've probably learned something from that last game. Maybe when you pick Brood, you need to ban the Kunkka. That matchup just looked horrifying for Facehugger. There was really nothing that he could do. So I'd imagine in the future, if they want to keep on picking the Brood Mother, maybe we'll see that getting banned out. But I don't know if you have anything else to say about that series, or...
It was pretty much one-sided series. Good practice, again, for Team EVOS. But Team Aster, though, they're looking hot. Probably one of the top 2 teams in this tournament. They're looking hot. I mentioned before the tournament started that they're going to be top 2 in their groups, but after what they are showing here, it's looking so good for them.
Yeah. So we're going to head to a short break, guys. When we come back, we're going to be covering Forward Gaming versus EVOS. So make sure you tune in for some more coverage of ESL One Hamburg 2018.